Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Well, we're going to jump into some local politics now as Emily Mayer, who is a candidate for Bluffton Town Council, has joined me. Thank you for being here today, Emily.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about local politics and why you decided to jump into the race for this special election and why you do feel like there's so, local things on the local level are so important.
Absolutely. Local elections have the most direct impact on people's day-to-day lives, whether it's road safety or expanding our local parks, things that families and people around town go to do every day, and they really don't even realize the impact that it has on their lives. So this is a really unique opportunity for people to use their voice and get a say in where the direction that they want Bluffton to go. And ultimately for me, we chose to raise and start our family in Bluffton because it was such a special place. I want it to be a special place that my children say, hey, we love it so much we want to stay. And how cool is that my mom played a part in making our town so awesome, or moving it in the direction that we want it to go in.
Yeah, I love that. And so let's talk a little bit about, as you are out and about campaigning, as you are talking to people on the ground, what are you seeing that people are concerned about? What are businesses concerned about? What are the issues that you think really need to be addressed?
Absolutely. Every single voter that I have spoken to is extremely concerned about the infrastructure in town, both when it comes to traffic, but also the growth that we're seeing, the homes that are going up. Do we have the rest of the infrastructure needed to support the influx of people that are coming in? And along this process, I have really gained such great information from conversations from our town manager to our police chief to local nonprofits who work on some of these niche issues, that I've really gained a much better comprehensive understanding that it's not a one-size-fits-all. There's not one magic thing that town council can do, but there are little steps and partnerships that we can make and create that will slowly start to address these concerns. It's not going to happen overnight, but there are steps we can be taking to move us in the right direction. And I'm excited to bring some of that creative problem solving to town council.
Okay, very interesting. And so, what are some other things? You've mentioned a lot of the concerns. What are some other impacts that you might be seeing in terms of environmental impacts? Other things that you have been working on or thinking about?
Yeah. So as we see this growth, there is a direct impact on our environment that I think when I started this, I thought, I'm going to talk about the environment and I'm going to talk about growth, and they're going to be two separate pieces of a platform, but along the way have learned that they really are interconnected. The more growth we have going up, the less we are being proactive about the types of materials we're using in this growth, the more impact it's going to have. The runoff to the May River, the trees that are being cut down, all of these things are all interconnected. So really excited to maybe look into some initiatives to incentivize developers to keep some of our beautiful trees and use some materials that are better for our environment, so that as we work with our developers in these relationships, we're also keeping in mind the beauty that is Bluffton and keeping that in the forefront of the conversation.
So if you were to be elected, what unique qualifications do you think that you bring to the table, and how is your communication style going to be able to mesh with who's already there? Because a lot of those people have already been there for a long time.
Absolutely. And, I certainly can't wait to learn from them. I know I'm not going to be able to come in and just be the change maker, right? That's not how this works. But I do work within the government already at a state level. So I've already been able to build partnerships with members of our delegation in Columbia or in the county or at the school board level to really be able to leverage the partnership that town council has with these folks to make the bigger impact in some of these decisions. So I'm excited to bring that to the table. I think that's unique about me, but also that I was a teacher, so I'm used to being creative in some of the solutions that I bring to the table. And I think it's time that we look outside of the box and say, we've tried some things that we think might work. It's time to do something a little more drastic to see the impact that we're looking for.
Very interesting. Well, Emily, thank you so much for being here today to share about yourself and your platform. We very much appreciate it. And the special election is on February 13th.
That is correct, yes.
Yes. So make sure you are voting in that special election, and we'll be back in just a moment.